Hi choristers, welcome to lesson 3 of your light blue ribbon training. We've been talking about rhythm, which is primary, meaning it's the most important thing. We've learned how long notes last, how long their corresponding rests last, and how to put those notes and rests into a tempo, which tells us how fast the notes and rests go. Along those lines, here's your tempo. Ooh, that's a little fast. Look out. Put some extra juice here. Here's rhythm. Got your instrument or your hands ready to clap? Here we go. 1, 1, rest, rest, hold for 2, rest for 2. 1, 1, rest, hold 2, 3, 4. Let's try that at a slightly faster tempo. Here's our new quarter note. We're ready? Steady. Here we go. 1, 1, 1, 2, rest for 2. Hold 2, 3, 4. Not bad. To my eye, that looks a little discombobulated. Let's organize it. I do like to keep things tidy. I like when things fit into boxes. And what we call boxes of notes in music, we call measures. I have made 4 measures, 4 boxes of music here. And at the end, I put a double bar. In between each measure, I put a bar line or a measure line. At the very end, I'll put a double bar, which means the end, stop. Now, in these boxes, how many beats do I have? Well, that's pretty easy to see here. How many beats in this measure? If you said 4, correct. How many beats in this measure? We've got plus, equals, please say 4. And in this measure, well, we know that 2 eighth notes fit inside a quarter note, so there's 1 beat, and another, and another, and another bar of 4. That is to say, there are 4 quarter note beats in every measure. So now let's talk about something called time signature. Time signature are the numbers at the beginning of the piece that tell us how many beats in a measure. There are 4 quarter note beats. So we say this music is in 4/4. The 4 on the bottom is code for quarter notes. You just have to know the code. You can have a measure of 3/4, or 2/4, or 4/4, or 5/4. 3 quarter notes per measure, 2 quarter notes per measure, 5 quarter notes per measure. It matters not. If your bottom note is if your bottom number is a 4, we're talking about quarter note beats. So with that in mind, let's take it from the beginning. We can count each of these bars. Let's have a different color. In 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 here, 3, 4 there. 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So set your metronome, get your instrument, and ready? Let's count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want another try. I missed that eighth note. Beginning, ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we have counted music in 4/4, which helps us to really organize the beats in our brains. So, we have talked about 4/4. That is 4 quarter note beats per measure. Let's introduce 3/4. That is 3 quarter note beats per measure. And 2/4. 2 quarter note beats per measure. I like to remember each of these time signatures by songs. Here's where you'll need a conducting baton. Nice if you have one. A pencil also works, as does this handy multi-tool you have 5 of on the end of your hand. All right, a song that we can use to remember the time signature of 2/4. Rise up, ye saints of God, have done with lesser things. Okay, let's learn our two pattern here. The two pattern kind of looks like a J. Out and up and out and up. Rise up, ye saints of God, have done with lesser things, etc. The first beat of every measure is always called the downbeat because your arm goes down, right. And the last beat of every measure, no matter what time signature we are in, is called the upbeat. I feel like I'm teaching an exercise class. Wonder if anyone's watching. Great job, keep it up. The last beat of every measure is called the upbeat because your arms are going up. So let's try practicing a 2-4 pattern. Now, you're looking at me as if in a mirror. So make sure when you move your baton, your downbeat is moving away from your body. Away, up, down, up. Ready? Cue the choir. Here we go. Rise up, ye saints of God, have done with lesser things. Give heart and soul and mind and strength to serve the King of Kings. Thank you, choir. The 3 pattern. You might think of a 3-sided shape. And if you said triangle, I'd give you a ding. Down. Oh, wrong color. Be consistent. Down, away, and up. Down, away, and up. Down, out, up. Down, out, up. A song that is in 3-4. Practice your 3-4 pattern while I find it. Down, away from you, up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Where's that song? Dang it. There it is. You know. Slan. Let's give him a bar for nothing. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought, by day or by night. Waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. Get everyone's T in the same place. And finally, the 4 pattern. You might think of a 4-sided shape and say a square, or a rectangle, or a parallelogram. Unfortunately, it's a sailboat shape. Don't know why, but it is. Down, in, out, up is a sailboat. Yay. That's not part of this. All right. Down, in, out, up. Down, in, out, up. Let's practice that. Make sure your first move is in, close to you. Down, in, out, up. Down, in, out, up. How about Royal Oak? Ready, steady, here we go. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. We should learn a verse. Little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made their glowing colors, He made their tiny wings. Refrain! All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. All right, I know it's tricky to watch me in a mirror. Make sure your first move is down and your second move is in. All right, good for you. So let's practice our conducting patterns as part of your assignment for today. Last point I will make before I close today is that we talked about time signatures with a 4 at the bottom. That is, time signatures that tell us how many quarter notes in a measure. Be aware. You can also have 4 half notes per measure, 3 half notes per measure, 2 half notes per measure. Okay? So all you have to know is that 2 on the bottom is code for the half note, just like 4 on the bottom is code for the quarter note. I guess you could sort of think of it as how many of them fit inside a whole note. Bonus question. What would be the number on the bottom of a time signature if you were counting whole notes per bar? That's a question for choir nerds, like myself. All right, good work. See you next time.